quick recap about our HJ47 Land Cruiser so far. We bought a 38-year-old Land Cruiser, sight unseen off Gumtree on the other side of the country.
Just bought a 38-year-old Land Cruiser.
We booked tickets to Perth and flew over.
First flight done.
Jeff and Chris picked us up. We drove out to get the car.
So we're just coming up to the driveway now.
It was really rough and we almost didn't get it. The bloke who sold it to us lied about pretty much everything. I think we're the first people that's ever happened to when buying a car. Anyway, we bought it.
We had a thinking, what the hell have we done?
We started the process of figuring out if the car could drive across the country and cleaning it.
Automotive archaeology we're doing here. It is a world of discovery. Just did a cold start of this thing. Took a bit to get it going.
If we didn't have Jeff and Chris to help there's no way we could have done this. We went to Kmart and bought extremely cheap camp gear to use on the trip. Went dumpster diving and found a mattress to put in the back.
Let's do it.
Before we knew it, we were off. Amazingly, we made it to our first camp. Drove the longest straight road in Oz, started the Nullarbor, and camped out in the Bunda Cliffs. The sunset was incredible. We got back on the road. Finished the Nullarbor. Saw some in South Australia. And we were halfway across the country when we saw this flaming galah. Then we rolled into the Flinders and worked at the Prairie Hotel Parachilna. The car decided to stop working. Figured out it was just a battery and got back on the road.
Leaving the Flinders again.
220 k's out of Broken Hill, the dry belt nearly snapped. It held on and we fixed it in town.
Okay, let's go.
We got into New South Wales and was greeted with a dust storm outside Nyngan. We had ADIC motor issues. Saw this landmark, had to tiptoe through New South Wales on fire, and after nearly 5,000 kilometres from one side of the country to the other, we made it.
One end of Australia to the other. Didn't know if this thing would even work. We made it.
Back where we started.
Now it's time to give this car a bit of love.
Go.
Yeah.
So we're just off to Bunnings now to grab the first lot of things we're going to need to do this Troopy. Marquee, we're going to grab a few tools, a bit of PPE, just a few bits and bobs to get us started. And then we're going to get a super cheap auto and start having a little options to do our chassis, wire wheel the chassis, and then put some chassis black. We'll just see what's in there and go for a shot. So first thing I want to get is drill and a rattle gun. I know in Bunnings they do like tool combos, so I'm going to go for a Ryobi just because I'm not a tradie. I don't need to rely on it every single day. I'm just going to be using it every now and then, so let's go for it. We're going to get under and clean the chassis. So I've just got a little wire wheel kit here for a new drill, and that can get into the nice nooks and crannies. And then we will get a bigger one for the grinder.
Aggressive.
I know how they get you in, these bloody tool companies. They drag you in. Get you excited, all these kids. So I've just got a little storage box here. I'm going to put all the nuts and bolts in that we take off. Put tape over the top and label it. So we don't lose where all they freaking go. Because that would definitely happen to me. Of course. Beautiful. Well, Bunnings did alright off us. Now that's a good big chunk of everything we need. Next stop will just be super cheap auto from here. Basically in Hey everyone, so finally got the Troopy into the grain shed here at Holly's Farm, which is where we're going to be doing our first little soft resto on the Troopy. So what's our plan with it now? So these are our options. We don't have the resources, time, money, space, and knowledge to do the job we would love to do on this thing, which is just a full teardown, rebuild, and just going over everything with a fine-tooth comb. But as I said, we don't have the time, resources, money to do that now. So what are we going to do? We could either leave it in the shed for 10 years plus, maybe more until we do, have the resources to do it, or we could get it to a point where it's usable, presentable, and sort of do a bit of a that'll do job, just so we can use it for the next few months and just enjoy it, rather than having it sitting in the shed. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking, nah, do it right the first time, and don't worry, we will do it right one day. But for now, yeah, I suppose we just want to try and learn as much as we can. Look, just because we're on YouTube, it doesn't mean we're experts, far from it. I mean, mechanical knowledge, I know probably a little bit more than your average punter. Forward driving, I'm an amateur. So this is not going to be a how-to. How to redo, how to do body work, how to restore a, HJ47. It's not going to be a how-to. It's more going to be just a vlog following along of us learning the process, having a go, and just seeing the results sheep's trying to jump over. And there's every possibility we might just not actually really achieve an end goal with this. We might not get it done. But we're still going to film it and we're going to show the process of us, trying to learn. That's the thing on YouTube, there's a lot of pressure to really see something through and get it done, and which I'd love to do, but if this just turns out to be a massive basket case, then that's what it's going to be. So yeah, I suppose just be prepared for that when you're going to watch this series. First things first, we're going to get under, wire wheel the chassis. It's pretty good under there, it's not too bad, just a bit of surface rust, nothing major at all, no cracks, anything like that. So yeah, we're just going to get under, wire wheel it, clean it all up, bit of rust converter, and then a bit of chassis black over that. I'm going to take a few panels off, doors, bonnet, front end, rear doors, just to clean them up, get them looking as best we can, and then we're going to be doing probably welding where we can, some of the rust patches that are in it. Probably a bit of bog work, just to level out the panels, high filler primer, and then onto paint, top coats, all that kind of thing. We're going to have to get a new roof, new rain gutters. I don't know, we might have sourced one, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to have to replace this windscreen surround is rusted out. As anything, we've got a new fiberglass one, so that'll be good. So there's a massive heap of work to do, and then that's everything before the build out in the back to make it a touring rig, and also probably a pretty big once over just mechanically, just to make it a bit more sound. And there's a few little issues that we kind of want to get it sorted before we really tour in it. So yeah, you probably already watched the journey so far of us driving across the country, and that was one hell of a journey. So this is phase 2 of the HJ47. Enjoy.
No.
First bit of fun, just getting the bezel off, one of the first things. One of the screws was a bit stripped in it, and yeah, I've stripped it even more, so just gonna have to get that out. First bit of fun. I think I'm gonna have a lot of these kind of things happen with this car, but oh well. So you gotta love the access in these old things, when you can get the bloody bolts undone.
gonna get started sanding. Probably the first of, could be hundreds of hours of sanding. Gonna start bezel, just gonna get started. Had a good day today, took the front end off. So now I can really get to the chassis at the front here, give it a good clean up. I've already done the front bar, just cleaned up with the wire wheel, and it already just looks so much better. So I'll keep going with the chassis tomorrow, somewhat done, or chassis diffs. Just give them a wire wheel, give it a really good clean, and then just, yeah, bit of a something on it, bit of rust protection on it, just to give it a bit more life and also make it look prettier. And Holly did a very good job sanding a lot today. But we're thinking we might have a look at some sandblasting options for a few of the panels I've taken off the front. I'm either buying a cheap little sandblaster from Super Cheap or getting a quote from the place in town, because we've taken all the panels off and just see what it's like. Anyway, see you tomorrow.
Hi everyone, so as you know, I'm a big advocate for upskilling yourself and constantly learning. I've said on numerous occasions before, when traveling around Australia, there is only so much sitting around a campfire you can do before it gets boring. That was one of the main reasons we started this channel. We really just needed a creative outlet and just something to do while we were on the road. That's why when Skillshare got onto us as a sponsor, it only made sense to give it a go. So what is Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community. It offers thousands of classes for creative or just curious people. As you may know, I've recently got back in touch with my drawing and painting. While traveling around Australia, I was just so inspired by what I saw, I just needed to get it down on paper. Skillshare offers a huge range of classes from some incredible teachers, and I've even managed to sell some of my artworks on the road and made a little bit of money. Another class that I've been loving is actually from one of my favourite creatives, Andrew St. Pierre White. You might know him from 4x Overland. I've been doing his classes on contextual storytelling in films. It's given me a lot of ideas for our own videos to hopefully make them better for you guys. So Skillshare has thousands of classes ranging from music, photography, creative writing, marketing, and productivity. The classes are set out in a way that's really easy to digest in nice structured classes, and they range from beginner to advanced. I've found it's a great way for me to unwind at the end of the day with the stress of the LC build going on, and with most classes under 60 minutes, you can fit it into any schedule. It's really good value at $10 a month with an annual subscription, but Skillshare is offering the first 1,000 of our subscribers who click the link in the description below a free trial of 2 months for premium membership of Skillshare, so you can really explore your creativity. So if you're on the road and you want to learn some new skills, or if you find that you have a lot of downtime lately with things the way they are, you might as well give the 2 months a go and to see what it's all about. Who knows, you might rekindle that creative spirit like I have, or you might even learn something new.
Afternoon, more teardown today. Holly's going to get on to these things which discovered on the internet. Like a paint stripper tool. We've got one for the grinder, one for the drill. And yeah, just going to do more. I'm tearing down. Fun times. I'm having real issues getting this roof off. There's one nut and bolt combo, and the nut's being rounded off, so I can't, and it's a really awkward little spot in between the roof and the rain gutter. I just can't get, like, you know, some vice grips or something in there to pull it off, so I'm running out of ideas. I'm trying to think. I'll get back to you, tell you how it goes.
Find some goodies?
Yeah, heaps of money. Not just beer bottle tops. A few of the Milton mangoes. Oh, money!
Money!
It's a quarter. It's $quarter. And 10 cents. Exchange rate's probably about 32 cents or something, and 42 cents. Less than what we paid for it. How good? What else is going to fall out of here? Besides a large insect that's a bit crusty. I actually don't know how this dash comes off. This is one of the worst pieces of rust in the car. Well, worst rust that I can see. Who knows what I can't see with old mate's bog job back there, who we bought it off. But we've got a brand new one of these.
coming from Mr. Land Cruiser, so perfect. Still having roof issues. I think I'm going to have to grind off the last of the bolts, and then we should be all good. But yeah, I'd rather not use a grinder, but I might have to. I'll give it a go now, actually. Well, I've been trying to get that out for a long time. Right, let's do these other ones. Windscreen, have a look at it. Absolutely shot. The rust. We've got a brand new fiberglass one. So I'm going to have to carefully take the glass out of this, and all the window wiper, motor and relay and little sticky thingy.
So today I've still been working on these panels. Used the grinder and this little tool thing we got for it, and now I've been putting some paint stripper on just to get the last bit of paint off, but pretty sick of these panels considering they're so small. But you can see here, that's what I'm working on at the moment. Yeah. Those two are done.
Clean that up, that's in okay nick. For a 38-year-old seal. Very good. All right, so now that I've got this windshield off, I'll tell you what, it is really rusty. It's horrible. Very glad we've got a new one of these. This is, oh, wow, can't believe it actually. Yeah, now I've got it off, I'm going to take the heater vents out the top, and I'm going to take the window wiper mechanism out and undo the motor and all the linkages and everything. Took some photos just to make sure I can see how it's put back together. Here's the storm starting. Took me a little while, but finally taken the whole window wiping mechanism, arms, motor, everything out of the windscreen. Oh, sorry, not even talking. Out of the windscreen, so when we've painted up the next one, and I've got to get the glass out and the seal and everything actually, and once we've done all that, I'll be able to reconstruct it all into the new windshield. I think I might also give the wiper motor a service while it's out, just a bit of, just take it apart, contact cleaner and that. There's a good video, 40 series channel, just discovered. There's a fella and he's sort of doing his 40 up at the moment. He's doing everything on YouTube. He's so good at explaining everything. It's good, it's very handy. He's doing a lot better job than we're doing, that's for sure. I'm going to take the glass and seal out of this windshield surround without breaking the glass and the seal, hopefully. So that's another 40 series, 40 channel video, really good explanation, so let's see how it goes. Broke the glass. Getting it out. It was going so well. I just broke the windscreen when I was getting it out. It's pretty annoying. So close as well, but the seal was pretty glued in with some gunky stuff, so I don't know. And it was just at a random spot where, well, I thought it would break sort of in the middle, but it broke right in the corner. So, just getting quotes for new windscreens now. Great fun. Oh well, keep going.
Bye, Steve, become a patron.
What was that?
Bye, Steve, become a patron.
Yay.
Next week,
So yeah, we're just dropping off these panels to get sandblast.
the jobs keep piling up. We get a bit of help from Peter the sheep. I wish I had a hoist. And the patching up starts.
And we picked up something pretty exciting. We're very excited about it.
Subscribe to follow the build of the 47. Cheers for watching.